We continue reading from Caitanya Caritamrita. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. We are on Adi-Lila, chapter 4, text 42. We are hearing about the internal reasons, the confidential reasons for Krishna, the confidential reasons that Krishna came as Lord Chaitanya. So we are trying to understand Krishna's heart, Krishna's feelings. Dasya Sakya Vatsalya Ara Ye Shringar Chari Prema Chaturvida Bhakta I Adi Adhar. 4 kinds of devotees are the receptacles of the 4 kinds of mellows in love of God, namely servitude, friendship, parental affection, and conjugal love. So here we are seeing that Krishna, usually there are 5 kinds of mellows, but in Golok Vrindavan, the neutrality is not there. It begins from a relationship already, not just thinking that, okay, that Krishna is God, wow. But already in Golok, there is an exchange. There is an exchange of love, servitude, friendship, parental affection, and conjugal love. And in Golok Vrindavan, all these ras are there, but the main ras is the Madhurya ras. The Madhurya, even in servitude, even in friendship, even in parental, it's all filled with Madhurya ras. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said that the sweetness of Krishna, that amazing love for Krishna overpowers everything else. In Golok Vrindavan, in Krishna Lok, the highest planet in the spiritual world. Nija Nija Bhav Sabhe Shreshta Karimane Nija Bhave Kare Krishna Sukha Ashavadane. Each kind of devotee feels that his sentiment is the most excellent, and thus in that mood, he tastes great happiness with Lord Krishna. So what happens here in the material world? We say, okay, I'm doing this. I have a particular position I am in right now, but that person is enjoying more than me. I wish I could be like her or him. That person has more than me, and so he's enjoying more than me. And we are always looking. We are not very satisfied with our own position. We are always looking, thinking others are happier than us. Or if only I could have what this one has, I would be happy. But in Golok Vrindavan, each devotee, no matter who they are, maybe they are a bird, or maybe they are a tree, or a grass, or Krishna's friends, or Krishna's girlfriends, or Krishna's, the friends of Krishna's parents. Each devotee is very, very satisfied in their position, very happy with who they are, what they are doing. And he feels that this is the best thing for me. And they're fully satisfied, fully happy. That's because that's our original position. Once we come back to the original position, we don't need anything else. It's not that everyone in Golok Vrindavan is saying, oh, I want to be the gopi because I have heard Madhurya Ras is the highest, so I should become a gopi. No, the birds are feeling equally happy in their relationship with Krishna. It's a loving exchange. The birds are loving Krishna, Krishna loves the birds, and they feel this is the best thing for me. In the material world, it's very difficult for us to find that. Very difficult for us to be satisfied with in our position. We're always hankering. Because we always, all the time, why? Because our center is this body. We think we are the body. So all our activities are based on the body. So that's why always there is that dissatisfaction. Tathashta hayya mane vichara yadikari sabara se haite shingare adhika madhuri. But if we compare the sentiments in an impartial mood, we find that the conjugal sentiment is superior to all others in sweetness. So this madhurya, conjugal, it's the most sweetest. No one is higher or lower than anyone else in transcendental relationships with the Lord. For in the absolute realm, everything is equal. Everything is equal. In the spiritual world, there is no difference. You are a grain of particle of dust, or you are a bird, or you are the gopi, or you are the flower. And because it's all on the absolute platform, it's amazing for us. Why? Because in the material world, there's always differences. A grain of sand, we just push it, flick it anyway, whereas the president will be given so much importance. But in the spiritual world, everything is absolute. So everything is equal. But although these relationships are absolute, there are also transcendental differences between them. Thus, the transcendental relationship of conjugal love is considered the highest perfection. So what is this conjugal love? The love with the gopis have for Krishna. The sweetness of that love is the highest. And in Golok Vrindavan, the sweetness of the love is there in all the relationships. All the relationships are filled with sweetness. Yathotaram asau swada vishe sola samai api ratir vasa naya swadvi bhasate kapikas yachit. Increasing love is experienced in various tastes, one above another. But that love, which has the highest taste in the gradual succession of desire, manifests itself in the form of conjugal love. So this is a verse from Srila Rupa Goswami's Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu. Srila Rupa Goswami, one of the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan, he wrote the Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, which Srila Prabhupada translated into Nectar of Devotion. He is saying increasing love is experienced in various tastes, one above another. So like servitude, that's, servitude, like the relationship between Krishna and his servants. Then there will be more sweetness, more, the relationship will be sweeter with his friends. That's higher, the friends are wrestling with Krishna, they are fighting with him, they are playing with him, they're joking around with him. So it's going to be more sweeter there. Then more sweeter is going to be his parents and the other elderly gopas and gopis who are concerned about Krishna as a child. So that is more sweeter. And then the most sweetest is the loving exchange between the gopis and Krishna. So that's the sweetest. Although they're all transcendental. They're all transcendental, they're all absolute. Ateva madura ras kahitar naam swakiya parakiya bhave dvivida samsthan. Therefore, I call it Madhur Ras. It has 2 further divisions, namely wedded and unwedded love. So now this Madhurya Ras, the relationship between Krishna and the gopis. There are 2. Swakiya. Swakiya means married. And Parakiya means another's wives. So Swakiya Ras is how Krishna has this loving relationship with his wives in Dwarka, Rukmani, Satyabhama, Jambavati. He has so many wives. 16,108 wives we saw when he came here. So that is Swakiya Ras, means he's married to his beloved. And then Parakiya. Parakiya Ras is, we see the love exchange between the gopis in Vrindavan and Krishna. They were other people's wives, but they had this loving relationship with Krishna. Now again, because the foundation was already given to us that whatever is the highest in the spiritual world is the lowest here. In this material world, to go off with another person's wife is a very bad thing to do. It's totally unacceptable. But in the spiritual world, we cannot try to understand these spiritual relationships with our lusty minds. These relationships are based on pure love, pure sweetness. There is no lust in them. Parakiya bhave ati rasera ullas vrajavina ihar an yatra nahivas. There is great increase of mellow in the unwedded conjugal mood. Such love is found nowhere but in Braj. It's only in Braj that we find this Parakiya Ras. In Vaikuntha also Swakiya is there. Lakshmi Devi is Lord Vishnu's wife, legally married wife. But this Parakiya Ras is there only in Braj. And the mellow, the excitement, the sweetness of the love is experienced to a higher degree, to a much more higher degree. Rajavadu Ganera E Bhava Niravati Tara Madyeshi Radhaya Bhavera Avadi. This mood is unbounded in the damsels of Raj, but among them it finds its perfection in Sri Radha. So this Parakiya mood is there with all the gopis, the young gopis, of course, not the elderly gopis, the young gopis who have this mood of conjugal relationship with Krishna. They all have it, but it's perfectly manifested in Srimati Radharani. Srimati Radharani's love for Krishna is the highest, is the most unparalleled, is the sweetest. Praudha Nirmala Bhava Prema Sarvotama Krishnera Madhurya Ras Ashvada Karana. Her pure, mature love surpasses that of all others. Her love is the cause of Lord Krishna's tasting the sweetness of the conjugal relationship. So Srimati Radharani loves Krishna so much. She is the love for Krishna is perfectly manifested to the highest degree in Srimati Radharani. That's why she's called the best servant of Krishna. She's called the best servant of Krishna. And all the acharyas, they follow in the mood, how to serve Krishna the most, in the bestest way, how to please him the bestest way. And she gets great pleasure in doing this. And then, because of her love, Krishna is tasting the sweetness of their relationship. So she gives the highest pleasure to Krishna. That's Srimati Radharani. No one can become Srimati Radharani. Srimati Radharani, Srimati Radharani, and no one can become Krishna. We will hear, oh, Radharani can give highest pleasure to Krishna, let me become Radharani. None of us can become Radharani. We are all individual persons, and Radharani is eternally Radharani. It's not a post. We can't become someone else. So we'll stop here for today, but we can appreciate, try to understand the loving relationship between them, and we can try to understand the mood of the mood is there. The mood of service is there. And service in the spiritual world is the most pleasing. It's stemming from love. Here in the material world, we have to pay salary for service. Our servants work for us till the time we give them salary. We don't give them salary, they won't work for us anymore. So it's not based on love. So it's a totally different paradigm that we are talking about when we say service to Krishna. It's based on love. The foundation is love. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Any comments or questions?
No. The moral of the story is just surrender and love.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what. And how do we surrender? What does it mean?
Think whatever is happening, it's happening with his mercy and his will.
Yes.
And just chant and pray to him that please keep us under your lotus feet only. Don't bhatkav us here and there, please.
Jai. Very good. Yes. Continue to hear and chant, and pray to him, as you just said. Keep me at your lotus feet. Wonderful. Yes. That's the moral of the story. So then the choice is ours. We want to do it after thousands of years, or do we want to do it today? That choice is with everyone. So, but if we are intelligent, we'll try to do it today instead of waiting.
But this also, like reading and all, it's his mercy that we are able to read.
Yes.
Matlab, uska kripa hai tabhi ho raha hai na? Number one.
Yes, really.
So why, after getting the mercy, why would any stupid person say, no, I don't want to read or, chant or listen, anything like that?
There are people, you give them a book, they'll say, sorry, I don't want it. You're giving them Krishna's mercy by giving them a book. You're giving them Prabhupada's mercy.
हाँ,
Because
पर वो अंदर से निकलना चाहिए ना, जब तक कोई बोलता है वो तो नहीं होता है ना, मतलब जब से आपके मन से वो बात नहीं निकलेगी तो नहीं होती है ना वो बात फिर।
वही तो desire ना, तो desire.
That is desire, okay.
Yeah, so that's what our desire, somehow or the other. So, you know, and now that since we have the desire, then let's take up this process. Jaise abhi rightly you said, na idhar bhatke kyun? To take up this process with enthusiasm, with firm faith, you know, hear and chant and accept the will of Krishna, understanding that Krishna is my best friend. He loves me the most. He wants me to come back to him. He's doing the best for me.
Yeah.
With that understanding.
Just have that faith in him, basically.
Faith in him, yeah. Because he is our best friend. He's doing the best for us. You know.
वो ये ना कि वो इस दुनिया में हमको लाया, भले हमारी desire से लाया, but he is the one who brought us here. So he will definitely make sure that we are taken care of. And he will definitely call us back in some way or the other.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. That's right. Yes. And it's so nice that you're able to see it. Yes. Yeah. Wonderful.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Yes. Hare Krishna. And then, so then how do we, and if possible, we tell others about Krishna, tell others to start chanting Hare Krishna. So they will also get the desire, you know? Oh, let me also try to understand. Let me also go back. That's why I just encourage everyone, whoever you meet, to chant Hare Krishna. Ek dafa bhi Hare Krishna bola na, so there, somewhere or the other, somehow or the other, their devotional life, like it starts. They say Hare Krishna, their devotional life has begun. Somewhere or the other, they will become devotees. So as we are getting this fortune, then we spread this fortune to others. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Shri Caitanya Caritamrita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Premanandi Hare